Welcome to a world where power wears gold and palaces sprawl like cities. From billion-dollar yachts to priceless art, Arab royals live on a scale few can imagine. Today we unveil the untold stories of wealth, influence and legacy inside the richest royal families on earth. Buckle up, this is Royalty Redefined. The King of Dubai's real estate empire. When it comes to sheer luxury, few names shine brighter than Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the ruler of Dubai and the UN-disputed king of global real estate. With an estimated $15 billion, 0 cents, in personal wealth, his empire stretches far beyond the deserts of the UAE. His primary residence? A palace so massive it has its own postcode. That's not a metaphor, it's a real logistical necessity. The compound is filled with marble corridors, private zoos, and a racehorse training track worthy of royalty. But that's just the beginning. Sheikh Mohammed owns estates in London, Ireland, Rome, and even Luxembourg. In fact, he's reportedly one of the largest landowners in the UK, controlling over 100,000 acres of prime countryside. That's more than the Queen ever owned. His garage? It's less of a garage and more of a shrine to engineering perfection. We're talking Rolls-Royce Phantoms, Lamborghini Aventadors, and an Aston Martin DB9, each hand-picked and customized to reflect his taste for excellence. And let's not forget his prized possession on water, the Dubai Mega Yacht, once the largest private yacht in the world. Built at a cost of $150 million, 0 cents, this floating mansion features a glass staircase, indoor pool, cinema, and enough rooms to host a royal summit. Every asset is a statement. Every square foot tells the world this is what absolute power and vision look like. But Sheikh Mohammed isn't just collecting luxury. He's building a legacy of grandeur that turns cities into playgrounds and palaces into symbols of domination. Just wait until you see how deep this empire really goes. Local power, local rule, inside Sheikh Rashid's influence. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, known to many as Sheikh Rashid, isn't just a ruler. He's a global power broker in tailored robes. While others rent space in London or Rome, he owns it. Over 100,000 acres in the UK alone bear his name, making him one of the largest private landowners in the country. A staggering figure that even surpasses many noble British dynasties. In Rome, his real estate holdings stretch across historic districts, blending Arabian wealth with European charm. And in Luxembourg, one of Europe's financial hubs, he's quietly acquired prime properties that reflect not just wealth but strategic foresight. Back home, Sheikh Rashid didn't just build Dubai, he reinvented it. Under his rule, a sleepy desert town became a global icon of extravagance. He greenlit projects like the Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building, and the Palm Jumeirah, a man-made island shaped like a palm tree, now home to billionaires and movie stars. His influence spills into every inch of the city. Luxury shopping, ultra-modern skyscrapers, 7-star hotels. The Burj Al Arab, for instance, cost nearly $1 billion, 0 cents, and is considered the most luxurious hotel on earth, featuring gold-plated iPads for guests and a helipad that once hosted Tiger Woods teeing off from the rooftop. And then there's his fleet of private jets and cars. Sheikh Rashid is not showing off. He's setting a global standard for what it means to rule in the modern age. Every investment from art to infrastructure carries his fingerprint. This isn't just luxury, it's leadership through legacy. Sheikh Rashid is building monuments that speak louder than any speech. And make no mistake, his reach isn't slowing down. Prince Al-Walid bin Talal, the fallen giant. If there's one man who dared to rewrite the rules of Arab wealth and global power, it's Prince Al-Walid bin Talal. Once nicknamed the Arab Warren Buffett, he didn't just play the stock market, he owned slices of it. From Citigroup to Twitter, his investment portfolio spanned continents and headlines. At his peak, his personal fortune soared beyond $40 billion, 0 cents, placing him among the 7 richest men on earth. But in 2017, everything changed. During Saudi Arabia's massive anti-corruption crackdown, he was arrested and held at the Ritz-Carlton, a moment that shocked the global elite. By the time he walked free, his wealth had reportedly shrunk to $17 billion, 0 cents. Still, make no mistake, Prince Al-Walid has not faded quietly. His Kingdom Palace, a 317-room masterpiece in Riyadh, is a temple of extravagance. Picture this: Italian marble, gold-plated ceilings, a private spa, and even a personal IMAX theater. The palace alone could easily top $200 million. 0 cents. And that's a conservative estimate. And then there's his real estate empire, a plush penthouse in New York, prime land in Geneva, and luxury hotels peppered across the globe. His presence in Riyadh's Kingdom Center Tower, one of the tallest skyscrapers in Saudi Arabia, serves as both a business HQ and a glittering symbol of his lasting legacy. Prince Al Walid was also one of the first Arab royals to embrace the superyacht lifestyle. His former yacht, the Kingdom 5KR, once featured in a James Bond movie and included a helipad, disco, and 5 lavish decks. Price tag? A cool $100 million. 0 cents. He may have been knocked down, but in this royal game, he's still standing tall. Because true power isn't just about fortune. It's about resilience wrapped in gold. The first royal yachtsman. Before it became trendy, before every billionaire had one, Prince Al-Wali bin Talal had already set sail in style. He wasn't just another royal with money, he was the original Arab yashman, commanding waves and headlines alike with his legendary superyacht, the Kingdom 5K. This wasn't just a boat, it was a floating fortress of luxury. Stretching over 280 feet long, this behemoth came equipped with a helicopter pad, an IMAX cinema, and even a disco with a glass floor lit from below. With 5 decks, marble finishes, and sleeping quarters for dozens, it wasn't just impressive, it was jaw-dropping. And yes, it came with a price tag of $100 million. 0 cents. But this yacht wasn't just for pleasure, it was a diplomatic weapon. Al Walid hosted heads of state, Hollywood moguls, and financial powerhouses aboard. Deals were whispered over caviar, alliances were sealed beneath crystal chandeliers. For the prince, it was part home, part power play, and always a statement. He ruled on land and sea. And the story doesn't end there. The Kingdom 5KR was once star of the silver screen, appearing in the James Bond film Never Say Never Again. It even caught the eye of Donald Trump, who tried to buy it. Twice. He failed both times. When newer models came to market, Al Walid didn't rush to upgrade. Why would he? He already had what others copied. His yacht wasn't just bigger, it was first, bold, and unforgivable. To this day, few vessels rival its history, legacy, and influence. In a world of fleeting trends, Al Walid's yacht remains a timeless symbol of royal dominance, and proof that when the prince makes a wave, the world watches. The Emir of Qatar, young, rich, and bold. Don't let his age fool you. At just 40 years old, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, the Emir of Qatar, is one of the youngest and richest sovereigns alive today. With a family fortune estimated at a jaw-dropping $335 billion, 0 cents, he doesn't just govern a nation, he commands a global empire. While most world leaders stick to politics, Sheikh Tamim thinks in stocks, skylines, and superyachts. Qatar's royal investments include jaw-dropping assets like the Shard in London, the tallest building in the UK, plus serious stakes in Volkswagen, British Airways, and Barclays Bank. In short, when Sheikh Tamim makes a move, entire markets tremble. And behind this calculated powerhouse stands a woman of refined elegance and unmatched influence, Sheikha Mozza bint Nasser, his mother. Known for her style and brains, she's more than just royalty. She's Qatar's silent strategist. She famously bought 3 historic London mansions, then merged them into a $330 million 0 cents super home, now considered one of the most expensive private residences on Earth. While the rest of the world debated oil and politics, the Al Thani family was quietly buying up Parisian hotels, Manhattan penthouses, and priceless artwork. In 2015, they shelled out $300 million, 0 cents, for a single Paul Gauguin painting, setting an art world record. Yet with all this wealth, they're not flashy. Their power lies in precision, privacy, and planning. Qatar is small, but thanks to Sheikh Tamim's bold strategies, it's punching far above its weight, hosting the World Cup, reshaping global media through Al Jazeera, and investing in tomorrow's tech. So when people say young leader, they think potential, But when they say Sheikh Tamim, they mean Riedels, power, and a plan decades ahead of his time. The trillion-dollar House of Saud. If there's one royal family that doesn't just own wealth but embodies it, it's the House of Saud. With an estimated net worth of $1,400 billion, 0 cents, this isn't just a dynasty, it's an empire dressed in gold and dripping in power. At the center of this unfathomable fortune lies Saudi Aramco, the oil titan that fuels the kingdom, literally and financially. With a valuation that eclipses most countries' GDPs and a $620 billion 0 cents sovereign fund, the House of Saud doesn't just play in global markets, it moves them. And then there's Mohammed bin Salman, or MBS, the bold crown prince with a net worth reported at $5 billion, 0 cents. But what truly sets him apart isn't the money, it's how he wields it. He's not just buying yachts and palaces, he's buying stakes in Uber, SoftBank, Blackstone, and even esports. One investment at a time, he's turning Saudi wealth into a global force. But luxury here isn't subtle. According to reports, certain royals have a taste for the extravagant. Gold-plated tissue boxes, $450 million, 0 cents artworks, and even a $300 million 0 cents French chateau, complete with its own moat and wine cellar, even though alcohol is banned in the kingdom. Yet behind the opulence lies strategic ambition. The royal family isn't just sitting on oil, they're reshaping the future. From mega projects like Neom, a $500 billion 0 cent city rising in the desert, to building cultural clout through film festivals and sports diplomacy, the House of Saud is rewriting the rulebook of royalty. In the House of Saud, wealth isn't whispered, it's declared, displayed, and used as a weapon of influence. Legacy, influence, and the future of Arab royalty. In today's world, Arab royals aren't just sitting on thrones, they're steering the future. With fortunes that span continents and decisions that ripple across the globe, their influence is anything but ceremonial. Take Sheikh Mohammed's vision of Dubai, a desert turned into a luxury metropolis, home to the Burj Khalifa, man-made islands, and a real estate empire worth billions. Or MBS's futuristic neon project, a $500 billion 0 cents smart city with flying taxis and robotic servants. These aren't pipe dreams. They're being built. Their footprint is global. From Mayfair mansions in London to vineyards in France, Arab royals own some of the world's most iconic addresses. In fact, the Qatari royal family is one of the largest landowners in Britain, and their art collection includes pieces that have broken auction records, like a $250 million 0 cents Cézanne. But the real power? It's in how they shape culture and alliances. They invest in soccer teams, bankroll Hollywood productions, and fund international think tanks. When Sheikha Moza walks into a UN summit, heads turn. She's not just royalty, she's a global icon of education, style, and influence. Philanthropy, too, is part of the royal script. Billions have been poured into medical research, disaster research, and women's empowerment, often done quietly, but on a massive scale. It's not about press releases, it's about legacy. These aren't just rich families, they are dynasties, carefully maintaining ancient traditions while engineering the next chapter of global luxury and leadership. From oil fields to AI, they're making sure the crown doesn't collect dust, it innovates. So next time you see a Rolls-Royce in Beverly Hills or a palace lighting up the London skyline, remember, chances are there's a royal from Riyadh, Doha, or Dubai pulling the strings behind the scenes. Because in the end, real power doesn't shout, it owns. So what does it mean to be truly rich? These Arab royals don't just collect mansions or yachts, they engineer empires. With fortunes built on oil, expanded through tech, and displayed in palaces and art, they define luxury, power, and legacy on a scale the world rarely sees. From Dubai to Doha, from London to New York, their reach is everywhere. If this glimpse into royal extravagance fascinated you, Imagine what's still hidden behind palace gates. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time as we uncover more astonishing secrets from the world's wealthiest elites.